Reach a host, just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Statistics show that 1 out of every 6 Texans struggles with food insecurity and hunger. And many people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables every day. The Better Living for Texans program is here to help you learn how to make healthy menu choices, save money at the grocery store, prepare quick and delicious meals, get more good nutrition in your day, and get more physical activity. Classes are fun, friendly, interactive, and free, and taught in English and Spanish. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
That's right. We are live here on Lone Star Community Radio with Mornings with Lone Star. It's your host, Dick, in the studio. It is 10:24. If you guys are listening on our app or 104.5, 106.1, please tune in to our YouTube page on Lone Star Community Radio or Facebook because I have some special guests in the studio. We're going to be talking about Concert for Love. It's going to be a lot of fun. Coming up, if you didn't know, Love Heals Youth is doing a fundraiser concert at Do-Si-Do, the Big Barn, on Sunday, October 1st. And it's going to be, doors are open at 5 p.m. Tickets are on sale. As we're talking right now, if you want any information regarding this event, I put a link in below on the description on Facebook, YouTube, podcast, all that stuff. But we're going to learn all about it right here because in the studio, I got Rebecca Smith and Liz Foley. You might have seen them, or you're going to see them, I believe, next Monday on Conroe Culture News. So I got the... before Conroe Culture News. I got them before. Sorry, that's what happens, Margie, when you record your episode. So you know what? We got Liz and Rebecca in the studio. What's going on, guys?
You got the scoop.
I got the scoop. I know. That's what I'm going to text her right as we're talking. I'm like, guess what? Tune in right now. I got your interview before you got your interview. But if you guys don't know who Liz or Rebecca are, they've been in the studio before. They're with Love Heals Youth, and primarily Love Heals Youth, so I can wrap my head around. It helps kids in like the foster system and basically everything that encompasses kids that do not have parents, basically. Right?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Kids that don't have families or parents to live with, and also the folks that are experiencing homelessness.
Homelessness is a big one.
So
And
we don't let them go. We keep with them.
and that's if you're 18, right? Up to 18?
18 and up.
Okay, so if you're 18 and up?
That for homeless.
For homeless.
Yeah.
So even the older, like 40-year-olds?
We
Really? So anybody?
Yeah.
So any homeless people?
Yes.
Because kids can be homeless too.
That's
Absolutely.
Right.
And that shocked me a lot, especially Montgomery County.
Yes.
Because I'm always like, homelessness is always one of those things that, and I'm inexperienced with any statistic with homelessness, but it's like everyone had a path to get there. And it's unfortunate. And it's like, okay, so, but where are they? What's going on? Especially in certain cities, like if you visit cities like Houston has like a rotation, it feel like, where you'll have a city, a little tent city, and then it'll disappear, and then it'll come back, and it'll disappear, and it'll come back. Especially here in Conroe, with the studio being in downtown, it was weird. Like, it was waves. Yeah. It was like somebody came in with a broom, said, no, get out of here. And then like 2 years later,
They're back.
There's homeless people, and I'm like, but they're different. It's different homeless people.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
I never fully understood it, and and I know like it's almost like they're nomads, I guess, in a way,
Yeah.
and which is, I mean, that's the life they want. And so, how does Love Heals Youth help the homeless?
Well, so just like with the foster kids, we're going into the shelters and meeting them there, wherever they are. We partner with several of the shelters here in the area. Family Promise is one of them. Compassion United, Journey Home. So we go to those facilities, meet the individuals that are needing help, and they are pretty nomadic. And I think that's congruent with their whole life. They've spent their entire life. I mean, a lot of our foster kids that we work with that are in the group homes specifically, they're on like 20, 30 placements. I mean, imagine moving 2 to 6 times every single year in your childhood. And so I think when you get to be an adult, thinking about stability I mean, stability for them is hopping from place to place. They don't know what it's like to just be in that one spot.
Like, well, I know personally growing up and then getting to that point where I was an adult, I was shocked the amount of people who I've met who were my age from around the country, that it was unique for me to have the same best friend since 6th grade.
So you got me at Montgomery County because I've been in Montgomery County since 1972. And so proud of this county and what we do. We really are a beacon, in my opinion. I think we do so much right here in Montgomery County. Proud to live here, proud to support what goes on in here in our community, because we are a community that really, when we put our mind to it, we do come together.
Yeah.
And I think that when you start realizing that we still have areas we can do better.
Outreach, yeah.
We can do better. And that's where I think the appeal comes to support groups like Love Hills Youth, where we do have some of our family in our community that need our help. And there's so many in Montgomery County that are so blessed. Same best friends, stable home life, parents, together, still hang out with their siblings.
Well, it's like what Rebecca was saying. It's just the 30 placements that would shock me.
Yeah.
And that's what made me think, like, I never really was traded off or placed somewhere else. Like, I literally had the same best friend since I literally saw him last weekend for his birthday. So I'm thinking, like, that if I didn't have that, I wonder where I would be mentally.
So think about it like this: Love Hills Youth, because we supplement the services that they're not able to provide at the facilities or the shelters or what have you, because their funding only goes so far.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, but I want to let people know, when you say you help facilitate services, one of the primary services you guys do is the counseling.
Right.
So I want people to know that. So, like, that's really primarily what you guys
That's what we're
push
founded
for
on. Yeah.
is counseling, offering counseling for foster kids, and then counseling is different for everybody.
That's right.
So sorry, I just want to make sure people
Yeah.
knew that, because
Thank
it's
you.
like, because when people say services, they're like, well, what
kind
does
of
that mean?
service?
You give them napkins or something, or
Well, and we do support. I mean,
We do give them
definitely-
napkins now.
Yeah, we do. We definitely want to get back to the counseling, because that is what's so important to the youth and the homeless. And
So
but
let me
they're
tie that back.
supportive.
Yeah. So because we're going into all these different facilities, we
Yeah.
kind of become that friend since 6th grade, because we're able to follow them
Mm-hmm.
throughout the placements. As long as and because of COVID, now we're able to do teletherapy. So if they're placed outside of Montgomery County, we can still work with them and at least help transition or continue regardless. But whenever they're placed here in Montgomery County or they age out and become homeless, we're still with them. So they might be moving around quite a bit, but they still have that one rock.
I think that's really cool. And so really why you guys are in here today is to talk about the Concert for Love, which is basically a fundraiser.
It is.
Like, overall, it's a
And an
fundraiser.
awareness raiser as well,
Yeah.
because we're growing, because we are providing additional services to support the counseling. So
It's such a strange idea that you're talking about these facilities and also programs, or if you want to call it, like you were talking about, like Compassion United, and then there's Family Promise, and those are already established buildings, I would call them.
Yes.
And you guys go into the buildings and help facilitate the counseling services that maybe that building can't offer, because they, like, literally all we can pay for is the bed, but we can't do anything else.
Right.
And you guys come in and go, well, we can help,
Yeah.
pick up the actual other parts of this child or this person's life, because it's not just providing a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Well,
There's
and-
a little
and-
bit more to it.
Yeah, well, they do so much in the rehabilitative side as far as helping them with skills to get a job.
Yeah.
And I mean, they cover so many other pieces. And it was, do we start acting or asking for more money to bring in counseling, or do we look at Love Heals?
Yeah. To me, it's
and-
all about partnerships, because
Yeah.
especially in the nonprofit world, as the station here, like, it's interesting where it touches certain people, and then my theory is it's going to touch somebody eventually.
Right.
So it might not be today, it might be 5 years from now, but when they'll connect to something, to that.
That's right.
And so the concert you guys are doing, it's like tickets are on sale.
Tickets are on sale.
And how much are those? Can you tell me?
They start at $25 up to $100.
but I think we've only got one VIP seat left.
Awesome.
I think all of our VIP seats are sold. Of course, it's a smaller area, And so the majority of the tickets left are $50 and $25.
And if you want to get tickets, in the description, I put a link to the Concert for Love, and there's literally a button that says tickets. Click here. So you got that, and you guys are going to have some big local people. Like Jeff Canada's awesome.
Oh,
He is
yeah.
awesome.
So
Yes.
you know you're going to have a good show with that. And then I can't pronounce her name, but she's been on a lot here. Is it Dare McLeod?
Darren McLeod.
Is it McLeod? Mm-hmm. And then Peyton Riley. Both those young ladies have been in here singing, so you know it's going to be good. I like Peyton's songwriting abilities. She's really good.
She's amazing. They're all three so talented. We're so blessed to have them here local and
Yeah.
to be partners with Love Heals. I couldn't ask for.
And they're also unique
Yeah.
that you're getting 3 little mini concerts all
All in
wrapped up
one.
in one for the price of one. And that price, don't think of it as a price. It's that contribution
Yeah.
back to your community, and it's really going to make a
'Cause that's the
difference.
fundraiser part.
That's the fundraiser part.
The ticket sales, a portion of the ticket sales will go back to Love Heals so that we can support
Yeah.
the foster youth and the
all
folks
net
that are homeless.
proceeds. All net proceeds are going to go back to all the services. Clearly, counseling first, and then we do so much more in the homes, and we like to share that. The tutoring.
So we like to look at this as a Maslow's hierarchy of needs that we're tackling here. So the basic needs are physiological needs, and then we look at safety needs, and then we're looking at the love and belonging, and those are the ones that Love Heals Youth really aims to tackle, so that they know they're going to be taken care of with the welcome home bags, the clothes closet, their physiological needs, and then we're looking at safety, and we're talking about. You're here, you're safe, we're going to take care of you. We give them a rock that says love on it because the counselor is kind of like the rock. So we're helping them work through that. And then the love and the belonging, well, we're there and we follow them and we don't let them go. I'm a hoarder. And so, I have a hard time letting go of anything, especially by people. And so the kids get stuck with us and I will follow them to the end of the earth, and as will my counselors. We just love all of them so much, and we're so blessed that we've been trusted to work with them. So,
And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop just at the counseling. We host monthly days of counseling,
Well, those
which
are the
are
best.
so cool because there's more interaction, and the youth they're in a different environment, and
this is the day of counseling is something that's unique because a lot of our kids that live in the group homes, they get put on restriction. And so they're not able to go to the fun activities that are hosted in the community specifically for foster youth. But because this is a therapeutic activity, they get to come no matter what.
These are bad kids?
Well,
What's restricted mean?
So maybe they make some choices that weren't the best choices
yeah.
to make.
Okay, I
we've all
understand
been
now.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so these are teenagers that are in very restrictive environments and they have all these limitations. And prior to coming into foster care, some of them were probably, like I've had kids that were taking care of themselves at the age of 9,
Yeah.
and now all of a
Well,
sudden.
that's what I'm
I have
saying.
to-
Like, you don't
yeah.
know until you know.
Right.
And then
And
you're
I have
like,
to live by
what?
your rules now. I mean, I was taking care of myself just fine when I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
But now that I'm 15, your rules are going to govern me? I don't know about that.
That's insane.
So the fundraising really supports all of that. The counseling, the days of counseling, even something as simple as a gift card as a reward. We take for granted that, hey, after this, you want to go grab lunch? Sure. Where do you want to go? You went Mexican today,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. What do you want to do?
And they don't have
And
those
they don't
types of
have
funds.
that. So when they can be recognized through a reward, they have to earn it through participation.
I want to tell about this. So we do these stations on our day of counseling, and the kids rotate every 35 to 45 minutes, and it's a different station for coping skills, like a 1, 2, 3, how to thing. And they have the VIP cards, and the VIP cards you can get up to 2 stamps per station. One just for showing up. So you go to the station, it's an automatic, you get a stamp. The second one is depending on your participation. And so this has been highly motivating for them. And at the end of the day, they get to cash in their VIP cards and get rewards. And so we'll have different candies and big gums and all the fun things that they don't get very often. And then they can cash it in for gift cards. And they're $5, $10, $15 to all the different restaurants. They're not just like cash cards, but they're restaurant cards.
Right.
And so they get to cash them in, and then we put them all in a hat, and they can get a big reward. We'll draw it out and get a big reward. And so they just love it. It's a lot of fun.
Right. And there's something to having a reward system.
They're very motivated.
Very motivated.
It's a competition to see who can get the most signatures.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's good in the healing process, and it engages them, and they come out of their shells. You see different kids. You see them in a different environment, and they become different. And we've actually added to this now. We're growing our days of counseling, and going back to community, there are ways to get involved with that. We've started a new program called Faith Partners, because kind of built on the church ladies that love to cook, right? Potluck, right? Everybody's got a casserole. Everybody's has their favorite dessert they always bring. And it doesn't have to be a church, but if you've got a special group in your church, your faith, your women's organization, and guys, I'm not leaving you out because I've said this before, we know you like to cook too. You can grill pretty good here in Texas. And if you'd like to sponsor one of our day of counseling, there is nothing like watching the kids go through the food line and see a home-cooked meal and the choices. And the other thing too is the faith partners served them. And that just was it's a heart moment.
Well,
right?
I think a lot of folks in this community don't realize how without these kids are, in every aspect of their life. And so it's kind of like you literally just one of the biggest things people could do is just show up. So just show up.
100%.
And what I want to encourage people to do is on your website. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it to people, and I'm going to pull it up for Facebook and YouTube viewers. If you're on the radio, you can watch this later. This is the page I'm showing people is the Concert for Love. That is in the link, but you also have Want to Help. Yes. So you have a link, Want to Help, sign up to be a volunteer, register volunteers, and make a donation. So those are the primary ways, from what I understand, like how you can get involved. And volunteering is a huge deal, and it sounds like it's very easy. You don't have to be a qualified XYZ of whatever certificate. Like you can just literally I'm good at cooking, or I'm good at carrying things.
Well, or I could
or
tell them
helping
about
with the clothes closet.
Yeah. Oh, the clothes closet's huge when you see these
That's
kids.
Exploded, literally.
It's exploded, right? I mean, clothes and but tell them about how they can. I think what's neat is to see your contributions in action. So. With foster youth, we can't always post pictures and things, but on the website, you've created a great tracking tool that lets you see the difference that is happening.
Is
on
it
a daily
the
basis.
Love Heals Youth Impact?
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm people are watching. I'm on that page, and you can see how many counseling hours, how many clients served, how many clothes closet items were given out, all that kind of stuff. So. Again, your website's very information heavy, and I love it because a lot of people get confused on that kind of stuff because it's like, oh, do we trust this or blah blah blah, and especially when being so restricted with dealing with youth, you can't do pictures, you can't do like the stuff that grabs people. It's like one of those things. You just got to volunteer to see what really is going on.
Yeah. So these are all live updates. So as soon as counselors enter services, it updates live on the website, so you can see exactly how many hours we're doing it. And every week I would go back and check in and see how many hours we've done. But another part is that we don't have any paid staff. And so I did the website. I'm a counselor. I could talk about feelings all day long, but learning how to do a website's been a little bit of a chore.
Yeah,
but
I know exactly how you feel. I do our website, and it's something where I feel like it's a chore. And I'm just like, I hate this. I got to type all this stuff. And I'd rather be not doing this.
Yeah, and I've done all of our billing stuff. So everything that we enter, because I'm super cheap also.
You're cost effective.
Cost effective, yeah. But my husband is okay with me saying I'm cheap. He appreciates it, I think.
I don't think you could really say that in today's technology world because it's amazing what kids can figure out to do with just their phone. And you're like, how did you do all that? And then it's like, oh, I just use this filter. And you're like, oh, gosh, I didn't even. That's what I love about AI. I don't know if you've ever seen that kind of stuff.
Yes,
it's like, hey, make me a logo. That was easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's great. So, so everything that we do is very heavily run by the volunteers, and we rely on our volunteers. And it might not always be direct interaction with the kids, but I will tell you, having to myself take a step back and do more indirect because in order to grow it, because no one else is going to, I guess, sacrifice all the time to run such an organization that's gotten so big so fast. But the indirect services are really just as powerful when you are able to hear about or see or understand that impact that you've made in that kid's life. Something as simple as a towel. And that was what you connected with the last time we were here.
I didn't even think about it.
We gave more out at the last day of counseling. It was awesome
because we had new kids that came into care.
Kids.
That
if people didn't listen to that, if you can look at past interviews with Rebecca and Liz. They had a fundraiser at 202, and it was about you bring a towel. And I was like, why do the kids need a towel? And I realized how silly that question was, because literally they don't have a towel. That's why they need a towel, because foster kids, it isn't like a Holiday Inn
Right.
where they find all their clothes and their beds taken care of. It's like, no, they literally don't have a towel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and so to have a big beach towel that's all soft and nice, and I mean, how many times I love having a big, soft, nice beach towel.
Yeah. Well, and that leads right into, we have another event, and we'll come back to the concert because that's coming up quick. But we have another event too with coats.
Yes, coats. So Precision Homes, they sought us out. They know Peyton Riley, and when they saw all the things that Peyton Riley was doing, I think it kind of piqued their interest, and so they looked us up and reached out, and they have been incredibly generous, not only financially donating to the cause, but also following everything that we're doing, bringing fans out and bringing clothes out, and now they're hosting a food truck. It's free to the community, and it's a food truck event, and you can come and enjoy some food.
Is all that stuff on your website?
Well, that's on Facebook. I just learned about it.
Okay.
They just posted it, I think, yesterday.
I believe I tagged you guys
Just
on
went
our
live.
Facebook.
Yeah, it just went
On
live.
Facebook.
So I'll put it up on the website probably today. But bring a coat, because we want to be able to provide a new coat for the kids that we see. And remember that the kids that we serve, their cases are not necessarily hosted. Majority of our kids, their cases are not hosted here in Montgomery County. So they're from other areas in the state or the country. And so they don't have the CASA advocates that come to see them, or volunteers that are able to come and see them. And so they don't get all the extra benefits that Montgomery County has for the Montgomery County cases. So we're also supplementing that part too.
Oh, wow.
And so bringing them a brand new coat is something that's unique for them, that they've. I mean, right now we don't need a coat. That's the last thing on our minds,
But we're gonna.
but we're gonna.
Gonna.
If you're just now tuning in, we're talking to Rebecca and Liz with Love Heals Youth, talking about their upcoming fundraisers. And so let's close it out. Let's promote the concert that's on, I believe, October 1st at Do-Si-Do Big Barn. Everyone knows where that is. Tickets start at $25, I believe.
Yes.
And you are almost sold out of VIP tickets. So literally, you need to get your tickets today. I put a link where you can get your tickets. It's right at the bottom. It'll say lovehealsyouth.com/concert for love. And Jeff Canada, Dara McLeod, and Peyton Riley are going to be headlining the event. And basically, it's just a fundraiser. Like your ticket, part of your ticket prices go to it.
And can I share two things really
Okay,
quick?
is there gonna be food?
Well, of course.
Is there gonna be beer?
Do-Si-Do is going to have food and adult beverage if you're legal. And they do great food, great service. It's such an awesome.
And that's available for additional purchases.
Yeah, that's on you.
Okay.
That's on you. Do eat and drink if you want, but come early because the kitchen will be open. But I got to give a shout out to Bull Printing, because they have wrapped some guitars for us, and we're definitely going to have a really cool one there that the artists are going to sign, that we're going to be raffling off. Who knows what other surprises we might have. And Becca has designed an exclusive custom concert T-shirt, old school.
I like it.
And so they're limited. So if you're not at the concert and you don't get your T-shirt, you might miss out. And I want to give a big shout out to Duke Kuhn, who is our first event sponsor. Thank you, Duke, for that. Hadco International. Again, community helping community. And
You guys are still looking for sponsors.
heck yeah.
So on that link I gave folks at the bottom, if you scroll down further of that page, you can be a media sponsor, artist sponsor, and event sponsor. So those are available too.
Yes.
Absolutely. We want to fill the room with love for, like Becca said, all the Montgomery County youth and homeless and those that come to our county seeking that refuge. And we give that, it's our house, and our house is one of love. And so that's what the concert's all about. And that's what we need your help to do. Keep spreading that love.
There you go. Well, Liz, Rebecca, thank you so much for coming in and talking about Love Heals Youth
for
and the
having us.
upcoming concert. Guys, again, if you're just now tuning in, we were talking about the Concert for Love. And I like how I say that. But Love Heals Youth is a community-based nonprofit here in Montgomery County, talking about homeless and also the foster care children and then all that kind of stuff. That's a huge world a lot of people do not know about. So I encourage you to look up their website at lovehealsyouth.com for more information about volunteering and learn about especially their services and counseling they do for the children of Montgomery County who do not have a family, unfortunately. So that happens. You've been listening to Mornings of Lone Star here on Lone Star Community Radio. If you ever want to be a guest or donate or anything, reach out to us. Just look us up, Lone Star Community Radio. We're going to get back to our regular programming, and thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, I believe we're going to be talking to somebody. I got somebody booked. I just saw it this morning, and I didn't have time to exactly look at it. I think we're going to be talking about an upcoming chamber event they're hosting. So more information, just follow us on Facebook, Mornings with Lone Star, all that kind of cool stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.